What's going on, guys? Jay Flay here. It's been a few weeks since I made my last video, but I've been busy. I'll tell you why here in a second, but I just wanted to give you an update of where I've been. Today is Thursday, and we just got past the 4th of July weekend, and most of us didn't take anything home on Friday, which means you don't have anything to deliver Monday most of the time. But instead of that happening, I actually picked up a same-day load. Went down to Home Depot in San Antonio from Sweetwater. A lot of our Home Depot drywall loads, they take them after they close. So that's how I was able to do that same day. So I did that, and then Tuesday I picked up from Sweetwater and took it up to Amarillo for Wednesday. So Tuesday I didn't have a delivery because I did the same day Monday. I know that's kind of weird, but when you don't take home anything Friday, you're gonna have a four load week the next week unless you really run your ass off and get lucky with something that comes up. So I did an Amarillo load after that, and then I went back down, and then I went up to Lubbock for a short run, and then I went back down again today and brought this up to Amarillo again. So I'm at the other Lowe's in Amarillo this time, and I'll be going back to Sweetwater Friday morning, tomorrow morning, for a load that delivers Monday up here in Amarillo. So I've been up and down 27 so many freaking times in the last few days. It is ridiculous. Also this week, I got the pleasure of bringing my oldest son. He is 10 this month, and that's TMC's policy. You can't have any kiddos in your truck unless they're 10 years old. So we played by the rules. We waited till he's 10. I took him out for a few days. He spent like 3 nights in my truck, because I took him down to San Antonio with me Monday, and I just dropped him off with his mom in Sweetwater today. So that was interesting to say the least, but it was fun. I'm glad you guys can't see my mess back there, because when you got a little kid and snacks everywhere and just like the bunk up there, like it's a mess back there. I wanted to tell you guys a short story that happened a couple weeks ago. It happened like the week after the last video I made. I picked up a load from Sweetwater, and I brought it up to, it was the other Lowe's here in Amarillo that I was just at 2 days ago. And long story short, they loaded the wrong product on the trailer. So you go into this place, they have a good setup, you sign in, they tell you exactly what spot on the lot your trailer is, they give you the trailer number. You make sure on the screen that this is your load, like, yep, that's me, that's the address I'm going to, yep, this is correct. You go in, you go secure your stuff, you go check out at the gate, and they are secure with their stuff to where you have to show them a picture of your trailer number, like, I have the correct trailer, I promise. And they hand you your paperwork. You're like, yep, this is the address, that's the right trailer, you're good to go, sign this, here you go, have a good day. I did that. All of that checked. I went back and double checked after I had a problem. So what happened was, these drywall sheets that we haul come in different lengths, shapes, and sizes, different types, all sorts of different things, depending on what the store orders and needs, Well, most commonly we haul 8-foot sections or 12-foot sections. Occasionally you'll see some 10-foot sections, but that's not quite as common. That Lowe's doesn't even sell 10-foot sections, and that's all that I had on my trailer was 10-foot stuff. All of it. And they're like, is this 12-foot sections? Because that's what the paperwork says, and they knew that's what they ordered because they were expecting me. And I look at my paperwork and I'm like, yeah, it should be 12s, because we get to Sweetwater and it's already tarped. And you can kind of tell by where your product kind of divots in the tarps, because you have to know where to throw your straps depending on your product. Like, you can't just be clueless, you know, like you're gonna know if you have 8s or 12s. But when I had 10s, it's a little harder to tell. I was like, I know they're not 8s, so I thought they were 12s. I strapped it accordingly, which was fine. So I pull the tarp, I pull it around, and I didn't even realize after I untarped it that it wasn't 12s, because they're longer than 8s, you know? I pull around to the front of the store where they unload it, and they look at me, they're like, those are 10s. And I look, and I'm like, oh, shoot. Like, you can see on the paper of the product, it has the dimensions, like it could be like 1/2 inch or 5/8 or whatever, and it'll tell you by how many feet long it is. And they're like, yeah, that's 10s. And they go inside, they come back, and they're like, we don't even have 10-foot stuff in our system. I can't put it anywhere. I literally can't take this from you. And I'm like, oh, shoot, because I already have it untarped, everything. The plastic is off, everything. And now they're telling me they can't take the product. But I understand why, so I'm not, like, mad at them, you know? And I've never had a rejected load before. I've never had any claims or anything. I'm like, shoot, this sucks. So I call my FM, my fleet manager, or dispatcher for, you know, whatever you want to call this person. And he's like, that's weird. Are you sure it's the right thing? I'm like, I can show you the screenshot from the app, or I can show you everything that shows that I have the correct trailer. I'll send you a picture of me standing next to it right now. I'll show you my paperwork that has the correct address of where I am with that trailer number on it. I have what Sweetwater said I should have. So if this product is wrong, that's not my fault. I took what Sweetwater gave me with a mutual agreement that it was correct, you know? So ultimately, they put the wrong product on the trailer, or they fat fingered a number in a computer somewhere. Regardless, I had the trailer they told me I should have, but I didn't have the product they told me I should have. Whatever. What they ended up doing was they canceled that. I sat there for a minute because I thought maybe, I've done a funky delivery before where I went and had literally another truck driver with a piggyback, like a little forklift that attaches on the back of his trailer. I went to a construction site where another trucking company, like ABC Material or whatever, that guy was out there, unloaded my trailer with his stuff. Like, we sold it to that company, who was then giving it to the job site. It was really weird. So I thought maybe we were going to do something like that. So I sat there untarped in the parking lot for like an hour, waiting to figure out, was like, are we going to talk Lowe's into buying this somehow? Is someone else just going to come scoop this? Like, I'm going to sit tight. I don't know what we're going to do. And finally they're like, yeah, we're going to sell this drywall to, I don't even remember what the company was, but it was a name I was familiar with over in the DFW area somewhere. They're like, yep, take it over there. They'll unload it tomorrow. I was like, okay. I'm like, I guess I better throw this tarp back on. Like, obviously I'm going to do my job, right? I was trained well by TMC, always going to tarp drywall. There's no way in hell I would ever not. But the thought of possibly not doing it did cross my mind just for a second. I was like, throw straps and go, nah, we're better than that. But I think the good Lord above kind of knew that my mind might be challenged in that moment. Because as soon as I stepped out of my truck to start taking care of business, there was a cloud front coming in fast, and it started dumping rain on me right as I'm unfolding the tarps over this load. Like, I had to crawl up there myself because I'm in a parking lot for Lowe's, for Christ's sakes. And I had to roll up there in the rain, pulling this tarp out and slap it down just so I could hurry up and have it covered. You know, like it wasn't neat or anything. I had to just cover the drywall, and then I could mess with it and get it how I needed it to be. But it ended up working out. The drywall was saved. I took it somewhere else. I'd like to say there was a lesson learned there, but really, how realistic is it to go to one of your biggest customers that you haul for, who pre-tarps everything in mass, like a huge lot, and you dig under there and check the exact dimensions of everything you're hauling every time? It's kind of a stretch. You know, like, it's definitely good to make sure you know what you have. Like, yeah, these are 8-foots, these are 12s, because you really should be strapping it a little bit differently if they're 12s. Like, instead of just 2 on the bundle, maybe throw a third one on there if you got 12-footers. You know, like, you should know what you have anyway. But yeah, those 10s got me because they, you know. Anyways, I just wanted to share that little fiasco we had. Just kind of a toss-up. It is what it is. I have had an issue basically the whole time I've been doing this job. Because I don't have a whole lot of hair on my head, as you can see. It's receding pretty good by now. And it was like this when I started this job a little over 1.5 years ago. I'm not quite 2 years, but we're getting there. And I'm usually fine, because like if I wear a hat or something, it catches my sweat, you know? And I never realized why sweatbands used to be a thing. Like, you see bald people play like basketball or any other sport, they'll have like a sweatband on. Turns out if you don't have hair there, your sweat just runs into your eyes all day long. And usually I have a hat, or if I'm somewhere and it's really hot and sunny, I have a straw hat to cover my ears a little better, you know? But we've been getting more strict with our PPE, personal protective equipment, and I've been going to a lot of places where you have to have it anyway, so I'm wearing hard hats. And that little thin thing up there does not stop my sweat after like 10 minutes. I'm always like just trying to get the sweat out of my eyes. My eyes are burning like crazy. I'm sweating my butt off out here in the Texas heat. I'm like, man, I gotta get me something. So I finally bought myself like a little biker cap thing. You know, like, it looks cool, sort of, but I put that on and I put my hard hat on top of it, and it is a godsend, man. Like, the little things, they make life so much better. And not long after that, for Father's Day, my wife got me a cool hard hat. So, just wanted to share that. Rechargeable headlamp. Pretty sweet. It's a lot better than our lame little white ones that they give you. I'll sticker it up. Faux show. Last thing, sorry, I'm adjusting my notes here. Last thing I wanted to touch on was the full-time camper situation that I mentioned before. I'm just checking the time. We're doing okay. So we decided we were going to go to my father-in-law's over in Georgia, because he's got an older camper that he was going to let us use. And we're not exactly sure how long we're going to do this camper thing. And, you know, we want something cool. We want something nice. Everything's expensive. Well, this is going to be cheap, and it'll kind of give us an out, because if we want to give it back to him, we can give it back to him. We're kind of just taking over his payments as long as we want to have it. And if we don't want to keep it, we can just give it back. So we're doing that. It's a 2012 Montana Big Sky, and it's not a floor plan designed for kids, because it's just got the 1 bedroom and it's a rear living situation. If you actually know about Montanas, it's the 3700 RL that they only did for a couple years. I'm going to show that eventually, but it's a mess right now, so I haven't recorded really much of anything. If I can figure out how to edit in like a little picture of it, because I have a couple pictures of it, I'll put it in here somehow. We'll see. But, yeah, we went and got that this last weekend, And on the drive down there, so my truck, if I put the picture in, you'll see it, but it's a 2017 F-350 dually. And it just happens to be, this is how I bought it. I didn't do it like this on purpose. It's just what I could get for what I qualified for. Anyway, 6-inch lift, 37-inch tires. It's a big boy truck. It's a big mamma jamma. And I was worried about it fitting under a camper. Well, I've seen pictures, I've seen people talk on forums that they have big lifted trucks that fit under these campers. They just ride a little nose high. And I'm like, well, we're not planning on moving it a whole lot once we get it parked somewhere, so that should be fine. We head to Georgia. We're about halfway there. We're maybe on the east side of Louisiana on I-20, and some cords let loose in our both of our front tires actually, and they get lopsided as hell, and we got a death wobble going on. And I won't tell you how far we drove all the way there, like that, but we knew we had to at least repair the front tires. So I'm like, we might as well bite the bullet and get a whole set. And I might have procrastinated before and had a chance to get a better deal, but we spent more money than I think we should have, than I know we should have, on 6 brand new Nitto, whatever the trail grapplers ones are. Yeah, the ones that kind of look like diamonds on the treads. Terra grappler, trail grappler, I don't know. It's the popular Nittos that everybody has, except for it's not a mud tire. It's, you know, it's the ones that everybody has. We got those, and they're metric, so they're not exact, but I think it came out to be like a 35.5, I think they said. I was working on the camper with my father-in-law while my wife went out and did that, so that worked out because the truck just went under there, and I think, I didn't measure it, but you could put about a fist between the bed rails and the camper, which I was nervous about, but it worked. So the camper rides a little nose high, but it's not ridiculous. It's nose high though, for sure. The tires are old. I'm nervous about that. We might replace those before we run up to Kansas City. We might not. I'm still trying to figure that out, but my wife has been an absolute badass this week while I've been away working. She's been cleaning that thing up because an oil field worker lived in that thing, being my father-in-law. He was an oil guy. Greasy, dirty, everything just kind of as clean as it's gonna get for a blue-collar man living in there, you know? So it wasn't clean, if you know what I mean. Like, it wasn't a pigsty, but it wasn't clean either. And it sat like that for 5 years in Georgia. So the humidity got in there and rusted everything up. Like, it's a big sky, which I learned was like a higher end model, like the best quality, nicest thing that you could get at the time, is my understanding. So it's got these nice like brass handles on everything, these nice fixtures with brass on them. I've seen videos of them new and in good condition, and they are very nice campers, but this one looked like garbage because it was all covered in calcium and rust and just nasty shit. Half the switches are finicky because the moisture got in there and messed it up. There's mold everywhere. But she has been killing it working on that stuff. She had a friend come help her throw the heavy stuff out. The little couch that was in there, the 2 recliners and the table, that's all gone. So it's kind of a big empty. The one end is kind of empty right now. And when I get home, I'm going to be helping her. But she went and got some new light fixtures and put a few in today. More progress will be had. I'm hoping to get some pictures when I get home to kind of show what's going on. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna be able to take because we're gonna be busy. It's gonna be loud, people, you know. But I'm hoping somehow I can document at least a little bit of the transfiguration of that camper, because it was pretty rough. And we're not gonna get it fully restored and brand new. We know we're not, but we're gonna make it better somehow. So yeah, that's what we're doing. That's where we're going. Till next time, be safe. Peace.